Kaboom, kaboom. Yeah. Hey, everybody. This is Justin Case of American Newscape. Join our friend and media personality Jerry Maldonado back for another installment of Meatball Therapy. Hello, Jerry. Welcome back to American Newscape.
Yeah, are we live yet?
Maybe.
I didn't freeze in time, right?
Yeah, we're not.
No, we're good.
We're not stuck in time. We're not stuck in time. Hey,
All
Jerry.
right. Hey, what's up, Meatball?
We're off to a rousing start. Okay, Jerry.
Rousing start. Rah, rah, rah.
Investments. What's happening, Jerry? What do you want to talk about when it comes to investments?
Oh God, I got my statement from my investments the other day, and it really shows how the economy's doing. But if you break it down, economics is basically the opinion of the collective consciousness of people, hence the mass of people come together out of money and how that flutters. What we forget about in our passion for money is our emotional investment. I'm talking about emotional investment in self. And this was the biggest thing that helped me many moons ago, because when I realized that every emotion, every thought, every feeling is basically going to is going to pay me dividends in the future, hence my own karma, a lot of things changed in my life. And actually, honestly, for all the better. It's not just about being a better person. It's about feeling good about yourself to be that better person.
Well, I agree with you, Jerry. And, not only emotional investments, but the emotional investment in health. It all kind of plays a role.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah. And emotion is obviously energy in motion. We discussed that many times here in America's Newscape. But it all starts with the source. You can eat the healthiest food in the world, but if you're still a miserable meatball, nothing is going to culminate from that, because your body is not going to. I know I used meatball again.
Oh,
Your
that's
body
good.
is not going to. It's not going to be that person you've always wanted to be, no matter what you put into it. When it starts with your thought process to begin the process. Emotional investment is you taking stock, taking an inventory, having a detailed invoice of your thoughts every day. It may sound daunting, but for dividends that it pays in the future of yourself, of your self-respect, of your self-image, you can't measure the benefits of just about feeling better about yourself.
Well, you're right, Jerry. Taking an honest assessment of where we are and what our thoughts are is only going to help construct us improving ourselves moving forward so we can start to see those patterns.
Oh, indeed. Actually cut off partway through your commentary on that.
It was, Jerry, it was, I know your internet connection is not the best tonight, but it was a brilliant commentary. And it was probably the brightest thing I've ever said on this show in the history of this show. So I feel bad that you missed it.
Well, our views have been blessed by going up, so people obviously are going to be able to hear it on your end when we're finally released. Kudos to you, Mr. Meatball. Kudos to you. But if people really thought about what they're thinking about, they'll understand what they're bringing about. And that shift, that paradigm shift in thinking, most importantly, how it's feeling, was probably the best investment. And basically, you clear house and you clean house of what has happened to you. And this way you could focus on what you can make happen for you. A lot of people don't believe in that, but at the same time, they're believing in that karma that happens to everybody else when they forget about what they're looking in the mirror every day. That's their own karma, their own self-image, their portrait they hold of themselves every single day.
Well, it's that old adage: accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. To excuse me.
Oh yeah, I mean it's. Well, we talk about this a lot, and maybe probably too much here on America's New Escape. But it bears to grasp hold of the true power of thinking. Most importantly, the true power of how you feel about yourself, because that is what you're going to manifest in your life. I'm still working the same, as you can tell by the bags under my eyes. I'm still working hard, if not harder. But everything has changed for the better because just of my shift and what I'm thinking of myself and what I can have, be, and do in life. The shows are getting better. The views are raising up. This doesn't just happen as part of coincidence per se. It's all about how you feel about what you're vibrating on a constant basis will bring about to you on a constant basis.
Well, I agree, Jerry, and I don't think we can talk about it too much because it is the foundation of everything we believe for us all to move forward.
Brilliant commentary, Mr. Law. You
Again,
did it again.
yeah, I did it again.
Again, you hit the nail. The foundation, absolutely. I mean, like our country, the foundation of the country bears upon a page or two inscribed by some deceased notables. Our foundation of self is how we see ourselves. And from that self is what we create for self. And if people can grasp that foundational thought and realize every thought puts another brick or mortar to the foundation, if they can grasp that, everything's going to change in their life.
Well, not only foundation, but our own constitution.
Yeah,
We all
it's
have
your preamble.
exactly.
You're right. The preamble to your future. I mean, the preamble of the Constitution was set in stone the same way our thoughts are set in stone by what we constantly think about every single day. So kudos to you, Meatball, with the brilliant commentary tonight.
Well, as you like to say back east, put up the flag. We're going to fly the flag over those comments today.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And journaling to me every day is my preamble to the day that I send out there every day. And you can't do it once, you can't do it twice. It's a constant thing. And I think I've got a bookshelf filled with journals. It's a constant process of you reconditioning the mind from what we've been taught. And a lot of us have lost the foundation. We're creating the wrong foundation on a house that we don't want to build. Well, when people realize the basic fabric foundation, our belief system is the foundation. Our beliefs about ourselves, about life, our opinions, our perspectives, well, whatever you want to call it, is shaping the next reality that we're creating out there.
Well, Jerry, you've actually taught me something tonight, and I never really considered it, but honest assessment of my thoughts throughout the day is going to be I believe, a great tool for me going forward. I do assess where I am and what I'm doing, what I need to be doing, but I've never taken the time to assess those thoughts, and I'm excited to try it.
Look at you,
Look at me.
Mr. Reflection.
And I'm not going to assess the thought.
Good on you.
I'm not going to assess the thought I'm thinking right now. I'm not going to write that one down. Look at me.
Okay, well, I'll FedEx you a new cloak,
Okay.
a sheepskin or something. You put it around yourself and a staff. Walk the desert out there, and you really reflect on who you are. But at the same time, a lot of us forget who we are.
Yeah.
And I say that with all due respect. A lot of us forget who we are because we've been shaped by the outside world. So hopefully this show will help them understand for themselves and realize who they are as people and what they're creating from that foundation, as you perfectly stated, as the starting point to our future.
Well, and we all forget ourselves from time to time. All of us, no matter how hard we work on this process, we all forget ourselves. But
Great point.
do we have the tools to, revert back to ourselves? Get back in our own consciousness and reality and move forward.
Yeah, marriage taught me to forget about myself, but in a good way. I had little offspring to take care of, and I totally forgot. I was just trying to get through life instead of creating a life, and it was a great lesson because I was able to give my kids what they needed, but at the same time, I forgot what I needed. So you kind of live in this mechanics mode, and you're just doing the same thing every day and every day. That's why reflection and start of your day is so vital. Even if you can only do it in the morning, I do it all day long, literally, because it's given me so much peace in my life. But reflection of your thoughts and understanding what you're consciously thinking about is the reality that you're creating. If you look around you, the reality that you're experiencing now, you created with your thoughts. Imagine, like you said, taking an assessment, even once a day to realize where you are, then you realize where you're going.
Well, yeah, and take those assessments certainly when you catch yourself worrying about something that's out of your control.
Yes, I've lost my motive many times, and I got to bring myself back to reality. And it's great because understanding that is when you bring yourself back
Right.
and you don't dwell on it. You dwell like drinking poison, waiting on your enemy to die. When you're dwelling on something, I don't ask people what's the matter with them. I say who's the matter with them. And you
Well,
start dwelling on that kind of stuff all day long. You're only going to ruin the foundation that you're absolutely trying to create.
and you gave us a nice perspective on
Oh,
a former marriage that may not have been as fulfilling as you thought it would be. You tend to focus on the great aspects of it. Your children, there had to be some good times you can revert back to, as opposed to focusing on what left it
good
totally
point.
unfulfilling. And we all need to
Oh,
do that.
marriage for me was great. I didn't mean to interrupt. Marriage for me was great. After a couple decades, we evolved differently, and we made sure, like I said, um, my beliefs and priorities about marriage were my children, obviously, and this and that. But I have no regrets. I learned so much from it.
Absolutely.
I learned so much from it. You got to realize that not only do you have offspring and a spouse to take care of, but if you're not well, in other words, emotionally well, and you're not thinking of yourself, you're not taking an inventory of who you are, you forget that. And you start becoming the outside world, hence conforming to the Joneses and being like them instead of being your whole true self.
Yeah, yeah. And we're all guilty of that from time to time, but we're moving forward. All right, Jared, you want to leave us with a final thought, or have you?
Oh, well, no, you had, oh, I'm sorry. I cut out meatball,
Yeah,
so I was staring at my face all distorted again. I was like, wow, look at the wrinkles under my eye. Pretty cool.
absolutely. Character.
A final thought is simple. Ask yourself every day, like I do, what kind of foundation am I building for the future that I write about every day? Am I being a hypocrite of my thoughts? And to see if people are true to themselves, they'll realize what they're manifesting in life. And when you understand what you're building, you understand what you're creating.
All right. Hey, everybody, this has been Justin Case and Jerry Maldonado bringing you Meatball Therapy. Thanks for joining us. Remember, additional information and links are provided in this video to read more. Today's the day to subscribe to this channel. Please learn more about Jerry Maldonado when time permits.